from the flames. Whoa, never be the same. Whoa, stronger than before. Spread your wings and soar. I won't be broken anymore.
It's October 31st, and you know what that means. Welcome to Max Wrestling Halloween. This is your captain speaking with the one and only El Jefe, Moses Marquez, here to discuss every single twist, slash, stab, and swerve in pro wrestling.
Hey, I like the new term. All right, coming up tonight, that's right, The Shape has finally made his return on the most appropriate night possible as he teams with the most appropriate tag team partner possible to challenge the Carolina Reaperz for the Max Wrestling Tag Team Championships. It is match week 6 in the Golden Gauntlet. Blade Rodriguez is 2 on the bounce. Can he make it 3 on the trot? But he does not have an easy road ahead of him. He's got to go one-on-one with a dude that you don't want to walk down with, if you will. He's going on Halloween trips with the Walker, Travis Anderson. And we predict this Saturday's crown jewel as WWE heads back to the not-so-promised land of Saudi Arabia. But that's neither here nor there. But what is here or there is you not forgetting to hit that like button and subscribe button right here on the beautiful YouTubes. And of course, head on over to SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, check out the beautifully done website, maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com, for a whole bunch of links, and a whole lot more.
Damn right. And right after the show, go straight to Cypher the Prophet's TikTok for our post-show After Max, hosted by our very own television champion, Cypher. You gotta watch it live. There ain't no replays, and you never know what's gonna go down.
Hey.
And what a week. Halloween is, as many that know me are aware, one of my favorite times of the year. Right up there with Christmas. So I am thrilled that it's finally taking place on a Thursday so we can do this properly.
Yes, sir.
But before we get into any action, another week, another pay-per-view. So we're kicking it off with Crown Jewel predictions, and it's not a Triple H special. There's 7 matches.
Pay-per-view predictions.
Oh, they're trying to make it important.
We got 2 bonus matches.
Make it important.
Yeah, it's a Triple H event.
There we go.
Except it's only on one day. So yeah, I think this is only the second time we've actually predicted a Saudi show. We're kind of getting into them now. They're part of main storylines now, so we kind of have to.
Yeah. They're not just, hey, go out there and do some shit.
Yeah, it's not, let's get a bunch of old broken down has-beens into a match because the Saudi prince wants it. And he'll pay him $2 million to do it. Okay. It's like a normal pay-per-view now. It's just in a questionable area. So let's move on from that one. First off, let's go LA Knight defending the US title against Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Andrade and Hayes faced each other last week on SmackDown. It was supposed to be, I think, the winner would be considered for a US title match, and LA Knight was the guest referee, and he just screwed them both. So it's a triple threat.
That's what you get.
But is it too soon for him to drop the title?
Or non-champions events? Well, he's had it since
SummerSlam?
Didn't he?
I think
he
it was
won it
SummerSlam.
off of Logan Paul, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it
At
must have been SummerSlam.
Yeah. Okay. So it hasn't been super long. Fucking dude, SummerSlam feels so far away though.
October's just gone.
We really did shoot through October. I don't want to say it's too early. I'm already looking at it where it's like okay, hold on, wait a minute, pause, because I'm thinking like this is like, and that's the thing though too, because I have to still understand that this is a regular pay-per-view. Again, it's just in a questionable area. It's no longer a throwaway show. But at the same time, I really don't think you want to garner like new champion pops in Saudi Arabia. Are you going to even get a real pop in Saudi Arabia? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for Carmelo Hayes or Andrade,
And exactly. And that's kind of why I'm like, as much as I think now's a good time. Maybe, right about now is a nice little sweet spot. Go ahead and pass it off to maybe a Carmelo Hayes. Give the kid a run. You know what I mean? Let him really, truly emphasize what he can do. But again, as much as it is a real pay-per-view, and again, it mixed with the storylines, we're in Saudi. What kind of reaction are you really going to get in Saudi?
Yeah, I think Melo would definitely get a better reaction in the States.
Yeah, he
because
would.
I think the Saudi fans are more casual, so they're going to go for LA Knight, who's more recognizable. He's got all the catchphrases. They can chant along with him. So
cool music.
I'll go with LA Knight, and maybe Carmelo wins it back when they're back home.
Maybe Carmelo doesn't get pinned, and we get another shot for him later on, because that's who I'm leaning for. It's just, again, it just can't be here.
No. And for me, this one seems kind of redundant too, but we got a triple threat. No, a four-way. For the women's tag team titles. We gone from no women in Saudi Arabia to a fucking 4-team.
A barrage.
An 8-woman. How many? Wait a minute, I can't do math.
No, you're right. It's a 4-way tag match, or 8 women in that match, and then you have an actual women's world champion or a women's crown jewel title match. So
yeah,
I got 10 different women on the show.
We got Air Jade, and I'm still copyrighting that because WWE haven't used it. Defending against Damage Control Metaphor, that's their new name, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Those gals from NXT.
Gals from NXT. Roxanne Perez and
where's Beer when you need him? Jakara and who's the other one?
I don't know.
I should have put it in the brackets.
Yeah, but casual.
Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson.
Oh my God. They brought Lash Legend up? What the?
Yeah, well, her and Jakara have been kind of knocking around on SmackDown and Raw, getting involved in the women's tag matches, so they may be on the verge of a full call-up.
So you're telling me they're going to eat the pin? Got it. Probably. Now, here's a place where I totally can see somebody, you're not going to get a pop anyway. So I can totally see a title change. But for whom? Is there anybody with any true momentum on this entire bracket outside of these, I guess, NXT ladies coming up?
Yeah, honestly, outside of Metaphor, nobody's really got any momentum in the women's tag division. They're all just scrapping around with each other, but then you got Lash and Jakara knocking around on all the shows, making their presence known. So they probably got the most momentum. But for me, this is probably just a regular run-of-the-mill book the women on the show and get it over with kind of match. So Air Jade retain.
Again, get a bunch of ladies on, display them. Hopefully Metaphor doesn't actually eat the pin, because I kind of like the idea of even though it is a makeshift, or I guess not makeshift, but it's a ragtag. That's kind of one of the cool word I want to use. Ragtag tag team. I like it. Let them fucking travel around. I dig it. That's exactly what the fucking women's champions are supposed to do. Women's tag champs are supposed to do anyway. So, but build some fucking momentum, and again, outside of Saudi.
All right, we got a grudge match between Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, after Seth crushed his fucking skull in on the car on Raw.
Asshole.
Something tells me this isn't gonna be a one and done.
No, I feel like this is gonna get dragged on for a bit, and I don't have a problem with that. I think it could be a great thing. Again, you're getting Bronson Reed an opportunity to really shine. I mean, he's been getting his moments, and he's been making them happen. You know what I mean? They've been worthwhile moments, and now he gets an opportunity to go against massive name Seth Rollins. The problem is, though, is Seth's the man. You know what I mean? He's the man.
Yeah.
Again, if we're going off of the recognizable because of the casual and the hoopla, blah, 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 it's got Seth written all over it. But it's fucking Bronson Reed, man. I mean, I'm sure everybody is, the second you hear Bronson Reed, you just think of fucking blam off the fucking building onto the car. I swear to God, that's all you think of now. I don't even think of him and fucking PWG anymore. I just think of the car. That's it.
It's in our intro.
Right.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be just match one in a series that Seth will eventually win. So give this one to Bronson Reed.
Fuck yeah. I like that. I'm tagging with that one. I like that. It's build the kid. Build him.
If we're not going with Punk and Seth, you could probably drag this out to Mania if you have these two cost each other the Rumble or something.
Hey. Now we're getting
just spitballing.
Just saying, dude. Like, again, fucking Bronson's beyond athletic. Fucking Seth has worked very well against big guys his whole career. Come on.
All right, the first of the two Crown Jewel Championship matches, Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax.
Okay. First off, we don't give a shit about this belt. Let's just make that perfectly clear. But
I love how it gets brought in like it's the fucking weapon of mass destruction every week.
It's just they're trying way too fucking hard. I want to go with Nia.
Well, we know Rhea's not going to get involved now because she's injured.
Hey. Well, I don't know. They said that she's all totally fucked up or whatever. Storyline.
Yeah, I mean, it came from WWE though, saying she's fractured her orbital bone.
Yeah.
But most of the reports I saw were like she's written off TV. And I'm kind of like, why? Maybe does she not want to go to Saudi?
Hey, I'm about to say they tend to use the orbital bone for that, like for that actual excuse of the old, oh, she's injured, my fucking orbital. Hey, use it till you can't no more. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Just do what I do in AEW. Wear an eye patch. You'll be fixed in a couple of weeks.
Hey, be straight. And then you could see out of it the whole time, and you're just out there fooling folks. Aha! I can see what you're doing. Yeah.
I'm sure they've done that like 3 times now.
Oh God, I love it.
Jericho. Was it Jericho?
Oh, that's right.
Or
Hangman?
Who did Jericho stab in the eye? Was that Kenny? Kenny.
Yes.
Kenny, B-Dry, Mox have all done it.
And it all worked. It's all been perfectly done, by the way. So let's see. Somebody else should give it a try. There you go. Give it a try there. Again, I want to go with Nia because of the big lady factor. But then again, you eliminate the equation that is Rhea Ripley, and Liv's the hottest thing going outside of Rhea Ripley. You know what I mean? She's got the momentum next to Dom. That's pretty much all she's got. But I mean, hey, that's more than most of these fucking ladies have, unfortunately.
The only momentum Nia's got is people are waiting for Tiffany to cash in on her. And I think it could happen here. No matter who wins this match, I think somebody cashing in will always get a pop, even in Saudi. So
I think
this could be the place for Tiffany to do it.
I didn't see it that way, but I don't see why not. You're 100% right. This could be the whole thing. A pop is, a cash in is a cash in. You know what I mean? It's a great moment, regardless. People will pop for it. I say fuck it, do it here. But then again, it's just like how we used to do with Deanna Prost. You would pick her to win, and then bam, all of a sudden she'd fucking lose. We decide that when the cash in happens here, no cash in. They're probably just gonna tease it just to piss us off. But I still like the idea. So
I'm gonna go with Liv.
Yep, see, we're right there. We're just fucking sharing a brain cell. We are.
Rhea's not going to get involved. And Liv does have Raquel in her corner as well.
Oh, that's right. Big Raquel. The hell has she been, by the way?
Yeah, she was gone for a while.
You're telling me.
Okay, another grudge match. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens.
I'm anticipating.
We've been talking about Orton turning on Cody for a long, long time now. But he seems to be really like in his corner right now against KO. So would it make sense to turn on Cody now?
And you know what, dude? Here's the thing, because I'm stuck. Because I That has been back here, but the way he called out Triple H, I want the game, the assassin, the whatever, da 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 da. Give me Kevin Owens. Why? You know what I mean? Like is it Randy being Randy selling this shit to you to make you believe that he's all in on Cody? And this is his, you got to do the extra steps because again, he is the Viper. The guy's played people before. This ain't the first rodeo. Or is this we're just gonna keep Randy a face for as long as we can, stretch it out until maybe I really don't want to say Mania, but maybe Mania or something. I don't fucking know. I really don't think that's a good idea for Randy. But hey, what do I know?
Yeah.
Just some jerk with a microphone.
Why was Triple H trying to protect Randy from facing KO?
Yeah. And then again, it's like a non-stipulation match.
Yeah, straight up singles match. But like Triple H knows what Randy's capable. Triple H probably knows better than anybody what Randy's capable of.
Oh,
so why is he making out like Kevin Owens is more dangerous than Randy Orton?
I don't know, and that's it again. That's the thing that's absolutely like irking me. Is this Randy playing the Viper? Getting I guess whatever on his side, ready to pounce on Cody. But I don't know how the fuck you're gonna do that. You're on totally different shows. So I don't know. This is a weird Randy right now, and I don't exactly hate it, but I just don't. I don't know how to feel about it. And I kind of want him to learn, I kind of want this to turn into Kevin Owens literally beating the crap out of him, and then maybe that makes him snap. Maybe that's what this whole thing is doing. Like this is what maybe it wasn't so much Triple H trying to protect Randy from Randy from Kevin, but more of Randy protecting Randy from himself, knowing where you could go going against somebody like Kevin Owens. Especially since this is whole, non-titled, all you're just going to probably go out there and brawl like a motherfucker anyway. Takes Randy backwards, you know what I mean? Randy's going back to the old Randy, even though he's massive. I'm going to lean for Kevin, it's strictly because I just think that this is going to be that turning point for Randy. Maybe this ends up, I don't know if it's going to turn into like a fucking, I always would think like Hell in a Cell for fucking Kevin, or I just don't, that or a ladder match, but there's nothing on the line. So it's like, I know more's coming from them. How much more, how crazy they're going to get, I don't fucking know, but I just know more's coming.
I don't think there's any other than Survivor Series, no pay-per-view until the Rumble. I think they're skipping December again this year. So, and Survivor Series is very team focused. So the only real chance they've got for singles matches now is probably going to be February.
Yeah. Do you push it off that? Well, yeah, I would. Fucking hell.
I mean, you could probably squeeze it in the Rumble and then still be in the Rumble.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like maybe this is something that could be reignited at the Rumble. You know what I mean? They had this issue here or whatever. Maybe it goes to a fucking draw. I don't know. See, I'm thinking too much pro wrestling. This is WWE we're talking about. So there's still some elements of fucking entertainment. Somebody's got to most likely come out a winner. But I don't know. You're right. Maybe this thing can be re-brought up in the Rumble, dragged out. Maybe, again, we've always talked about the old veteran against the up-and-comers at a Mania. This is a fucking perfect one. The old school brawler versus the old school, versus the new old school brawler.
All right, and we got the men's crown jewel title, Gunther versus Cody Rhodes.
This is gonna kick ass.
Yeah, and kind of tough for both of them because, how do you make Cody lose when he's so booked so strong? And at the same time, Gunther kind of deserves it.
I was just gonna say the same fucking thing.
Actually, both of these guys have been booked super strong for the past year or so.
It's true, and it's one of these things. Again, this is a title we are not supposed to give a shit about. We got to make that clear. Maybe that'll help us make a better fucking decision on this one. But in retrospect, I'm looking at this right now, and again, maybe this isn't exactly how it's being portrayed, but I'm gonna run with it. Vince McMahon got real famous off of a very big, popular American hero that was blonde, and we have a very nice, overly patriotic American nightmare that's blonde. So I'm getting the Hulk Hogan feels. You know what I mean? He can overcome anybody because he's the Hulk Hogan of this era. But this is it's like Hogan and Andre if you fucking really want to go that crazy. That's a little fucking far-fetched. But still, it's you know what I mean? It's still the massive entities of both brands coming together. Gunther, who again has been on a fucking tear. He's gotten better at promos. Everything about him has gotten better. From fucking the literal transition from the Intercontinental reign to now has been ridiculous, and his growth has only gotten better and better. But like I can totally see him taking the World Heavyweight title for 800 something days, like he did the fucking UK Championship. So I that's how highly I think of him. But then again, the guy right next to him on the other side of this is the fucking face of the company. So I'm stuck. I'm fucking stuck. As much as I want Gunther to win, I can hear I'm a real American in the back of my head.
The only way I can really predict it is it can't end clean. Whether that means somebody turns on Cody, costs Cody, or somebody gets involved with Gunther. But I don't see a clean finish because you kind of got to protect both of these guys.
And I dig that, but who's going to get involved with Gunther? That's the question.
He's not really beefing with anybody other than Goldberg.
Oh, God. Don't. You said it, and now it's going to happen.
I mean, it's Saudi. Saudi love Goldberg for whatever fucking reason.
Oh, no.
The safest bet for me is Goldberg just spears Gunther, and then Cody wins.
Oh, don't.
And then, unfortunately, we're probably going to get Gunther and Goldberg.
I took my mouth a little bit.
I know it's Halloween, and that's the scariest fucking thing we can think of.
Fucking Jesus.
Goldberg's wrestling again.
Oh. And not only that, but again, he's fucking taking the spots of young guys who deserve a shot at a fucking world champion for crying out loud. But yeah, it's oh God. The writing's on the wall. That's my new saying right now. It's on the wall. And you fucking put it out there, you bastard.
All right, so main event. I'm not mad about this being on a Saudi show because...
a little bit.
But it's only a 6-man, and we've still got one more guy on the other side and possibly one more guy to add to the OGs. So OG Bloodline versus New Bloodline, and it's probably going to escalate into War Games, so I'm fine with it. Only question is who gets the first win.
See, now, again, I don't think anybody gets a win. You can just have this thing go to fucking utter chaos and have it thrown out in all reality and just push it.
Yeah, I'm sure Saudi will be happy with just like Roman wiping everybody out and then everybody retreats to the back.
Is Uncle Dewey afraid of going to Saudi Arabia?
I guess so.
Because I could totally see him just showing up again just to fucking be the distraction.
I do remember seeing that when he came back at Bad Blood, that everyone was like, yeah, it's the only time you're going to see him for a while. He's going to go away again now.
Okay. That'd be great. Okay, good. So we'll leave that one out.
But we did actually see on Raw Solo talking to Sammy.
Yes, I was just going to bring up Sammy. I was like, maybe Sammy gets involved somehow, some way. I don't know. I'm hoping it's for the OGs because, you know, he is an OG. But, like, I don't know, you know, maybe Solo got to him. You never know the story. But no, you know what? You bring that up. But then again, isn't Sammy not supposed to be over there?
He was there last year.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, he did that whole pilgrimage thing last year, so I think he's at peace with everything now, going over.
Okay.
Then
yeah.
But yeah, I see him. It makes more sense for him to join the OG bloodline. And it would just fuck things up even more if he joined the new bloodline because then they're even more outnumbered.
Yeah.
So, but
all right,
either
we'll give the blood the new bloodline gets the dub, and then Sammy makes the save after the beatdown.
Yeah, because I don't think Jacob's gonna get him gonna be in the match. I think he's gonna be in the corner, and then Jacob gets involved, and then we get to War Games. So we'll go new bloodline. As much as it sucks for the OG bloodline to lose their first match reunited, it makes sense story wise.
Yeah, it just does. They
Plus,
need
you gotta
that.
have
They need that piece.
you gotta have Solo look like some sort of threat to Roman.
That's true. I was just gonna say that Solo has not looked any kind of threat at all. It's been more Jacob.
Yeah.
Again.
And Solo's lost 2 matches to Cody. So
yeah, I was gonna say 2.
He's got very little momentum for the leader of a stable.
But yeah, it's supposed to be the most powerful one too. So
yeah. Oh no,
Yeah, no.
one of his sidekicks is the most powerful one.
Hey,
Hell,
fucking
2 of them.
Too. Yeah, I'm about to say they're way better than he is anyway. But it's a different story.
And then you got Tanga.
They're not gonna.
Who's just hanging around.
He's just there. Put the eye patch back on. So we're actually skipping shit mark say this week because we've got 2 promo battles to get into, plus of course this week's recaps and all that other fun stuff. So let's get into one of those matches now. It is week 6, match week 6 of the Golden Gauntlet. Can Blade Rodriguez survive his 3rd straight week? We will get him. Actually, I should say he has a very, very big fish to fry and a very appropriate opponent for Halloween. It is none other than Travis the Walker Anderson.
Wrestling. Blade Rodriguez is thrilled to still be here. Now, I've heard from my former competitor, Moses. It appears I have been challenged to a rematch. I accept your challenge. I accept your challenge and say, I can do this all day. I look forward to our second battle, where I feel as though I shall still reign victorious when it comes to luck of the draw. I am still eager to see what else you have to say. However, with it being luck of the draw, I hope all odds are in our favor to have a great showdown like the last. And might I say, Moses, with me being an underdog in the competition, trying to make his way through the ranks, I offer you the luckiest card in the deck, which is an ace of spades. So you can take that and use it as you will to try and topple me. But I guarantee you it will not allow you to prevail. For I still plan on coming on top of this competition, no matter what you say or do. As far as everybody else, meaning my next competitor, whoever you shall be, let what I have been able to accomplish this far in toppling the Pharaoh Moses as my own testimony and being able to make it through this competition and succeed. For success in the road of glory is the only thing I shall accomplish. And yes, I did mention earlier the true underdog story. I do plan on making it all the way to the top and winning this competition, no matter how far I have to go, no matter how many matches are set before me. So please, for the ones who are running this competition, thou shalt name no names, I implore you to send the best of the best. Because if the best of the best is all of what you've offered so far, then leave out all the rest. In the wise words of Captain America, I can do this all day. No matter what, no matter when, no matter where, the info shall be received, and the outcome shall be the same none the least. Nevertheless, I am so filled with confidence, not arrogance, but confidence and ambition to be able to thrive regardless of the playing field, no matter where the next challenger shall hail from. I hope I am able to meet competitors as far as the eyes can see, and then more. No matter who, no matter when, no matter how, no matter where. The end will all still be the same, with Blade Rodriguez making his mark and his stamp on the competition. So please, do your worst. And I look forward to not only facing against my competitor in luck of the draw, but seeing whoever else is thrown else in my way. Till then.
To dawn, North Carolina's dead reborn, walking tall across the land, talking that trash to take a stand. Ain't no soul gonna hold me down. I'm the savior of this town. North Carolina, son of a gun, born to right the wrong that's done. Rising from the underground, fear the walker coming round.
Or treat. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Hello, Max Wrestling promo fans tuning in worldwide. Shall we have trick or treat? Trick or treat? It would appear to me that someone has brought a knife to a gunfight. Trick or treat? You see, I just have not decided if you will have a trick or a treat this Halloween. And I'm not just referring to just you, Blade, but to all of Max Wrestling. I'm still thinking. Trick or treat? Blade, the treat is that you've made it to Halloween. But this is where your journey ends. And where the trick begins. Trick. Double trick. Trick or double trick. If you haven't noticed, I hate TV rules. I hate luck of the draw. So, the trick is that I'm going to run this match however fucking long I want. I don't need an agenda, evidently. I don't need to be creative. I don't need a storyline. I don't need a mask. All I have to do is take a guess at how long you're going to spew all those fancy fucking words that you love to create. Tick, tock, tick, tock. You love your TikTok, don't you, Blade? Isn't that where we found you? Oh, that's right. I'm actually your first opponent that actually knows who the hell you are. You are a friend of Cypher's. You showed up last year at Christmas Clash. You've had nearly a year to side with your friend. You had a year to side with us. Did you? Did you side with us? No. You waited a year until there was the perfect opportunity for you to swoop in and try to get a match against my brother, your so-called friend. You're aiming for Cypher. You're his friend and you want to have fun and want to play with your friend. That's not how it works in Max. It might work that way in your TikTok community, but that's not how it works here. You side with your friends or you're against your friends. Evidently, you're siding against the Brothers of Max Destruction. Not only did you join a tournament, a gauntlet that is aiming directly at Cypher, but last week you took out our mercenary. So here's the treat for Halloween. You're done. Now you can focus on your match at promo series against El Jefe. Speaking of promo series, Captain. If you didn't catch my drift, I fucking hate TV rules. You want a grudge match? Damn right I want one. However, I don't want it to be TV rules. Let's get creative.
All right, let's get into it. It's a beauty. Can he make it 3 on the trot, as we love to say? We start with a challenger. Travis comes in with, I guess, the classic Walker promo. 7 minutes, 21 seconds. The man hoping to keep it 3 in a row. Blade Rodriguez comes in. 4 minutes, 57 seconds. Travis wins by just a little over 2 minutes, and he goes on to advance in the Golden Gauntlet. Congratulations to Travis, and congrats, I guess, to Blade for making a good run in his debut here in Max Wrestling.
Very impressive debut run. And as far as Travis goes, I'll see you in the main event, but you can probably expect to hear from me next week too.
Ooh, like it.
All right, we're going to head for a break, so we're going to leave you pondering with another random wrestling fact. And it is this week. Sheamus was once a bodyguard for the lead singer of which rock band?
Ooh.
Stay tuned for the answer.
It's not Creed.
What's up, guys? It's your TV champion here, Cypher, letting all you know to give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/maxwrestling. We're available on all podcast platforms as well. And give us a check out on social media too, such as Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. Also, check out the beautifully done website of maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com. New episodes every Thursday. Come and check us out, like and subscribe. Love you guys.
What's good, everyone? This is Beer. This is your Halloween Havoc review, and it was a very good Halloween Havoc show. It was not, I wouldn't say it was the perfect show, but overall it was a very good showing from NXT. So anyway, we're going to get into the opening match of the show. We saw Tony D'Angelo defend the NXT North American Championships against the bad Oprah family. The family were banned from ringside, even though at the end, the family did come out to attack Tony D'Angelo. And it was a very, very good opening match with Tony D picking up the win with the spinebuster for the 1, 2, 3. Now, there was rumors saying that Oprah family has wrestled his last match in NXT. It has been debunked. Oprah family is not going from NXT. Widely expected to be going in for the NXT Championship match at a more convenient time. Next up, we have the tag team match that I was looking forward to a lot. We had Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade against Julia and Stephanie Barker. Fantastic tag team match. All 4 women had a very, very lovely entrance, let's just say. Cora Jade looked fantastic in her entrance, and all 4 women put on an absolute barn burner. It was a fantastic tag team match. Julia hits the G-trigger, and Stephanie Barker hits an absolute sexual, things like a spinning moonsault in the top rope. It was an absolute classic match. We get to the ambulance match. Now, this was a match, personally, I didn't really have much interest in. It was Andre Chase against Ridge Holland. Ridge picks up the win, and it was not the most interesting match, if I'm going to be completely honest. And it was decent, but I wouldn't say it's a match that set the world on fire. And anyway, after that, we have the Women's North American Championship match. We have Kalani Jordan to defend the title in a spinner's choice against Fatal Influence. Now, it was in the pre-show determined in a gauntlet match. Start off Kalani picks up the victory over Jasmine Nix with a sexual 450 splash and ends up hitting JC Jane with the split-legged moonsault. And after the damage was already done, Fallon Henley finally has become a singles champion in NXT. Long time coming. Fallon Henley is great since she's turned heel. Following the match, after a promo cut by Fallon Henley saying statement made, the music, the presentation, because earlier Zarya made an appearance and had a bit of a stare down with Stephanie Vaquer and Julia, and also with Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. After the match, Zarya attacks all three members of Fatal Influence, and it was a very fantastic way of showing off Zarya, formerly known as Delta. When we get to the main event of the evening, we have Trick Williams defending the NXT Championship match against All Ego Ethan Page. This was a good main event. It wasn't the greatest match. I don't think it was as good as the match on the CW, if I'm very honest, in the Devil's Playground match. I expected a bit more, but Trick picks up the win with a trick shot and gets the 1, 2, 3. Wasn't the best NXT show. I thought it was good, but at the same time, I felt that it just wasn't right after the first two matches, because the first two matches were fucking bangers. Tony D and Oba was a classic. The women's tag match I thought was fucking phenomenal, and then it just didn't seem a bit right. But overall, I enjoyed the show. But anyway, we're going back to the gentlemen, Daz and Moses. Back to you.
Welcome back to the Cap and Mo Show. This is your captain speaking. He is El Jefe. Speak his name and he appears. Make sure you are liking and subscribed on YouTube. Follow us everywhere. And for all the information that you need, go to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com. And the answer to the random wrestling fact, Sheamus was once the bodyguard for which lead singer's band? I'm sorry, for the lead singer of which band? Because Tom Holland wasn't around in those days.
Hey.
The answer actually is U2's Bono. Of course, the Irish connection.
I was just going to say, it works out beautifully. Goodness gracious. Still to come, the terror awaits the tag team title match from hell as the Demoness and The Shape challenge the Carolina Reaperz for the beautiful Max Wrestling Tag Team Championships. But first, we have to go through this past week. We got to do the recaps. It's TNA, it's AEW. But first, the Cap's going to do some fun recapping of Bound for Glory. It's TNA. Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Impact in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, we're recapping Bound for Glory, and I'm not going to give you a full recap because I'm still pissed about the main event. So I'm just going to run through all the results. So that happened this past Saturday at TNA's biggest show of the year. So, Ash by Elegance and Heather defeated Zaya Brookside and Brinley Reese. Kazarian won the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, eliminating Rhino. Mike Bailey defended the X Division Championship against El Hijo del Vikingo. Spitfire defeated Rosemary and Wendy Chu to retain the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. Josh Alexander defeated Steve Macklin. PCO defeated Matt Cardona in Monsters Ball to retain the Digital Media title and the International Heavyweight Championship. Mike Santana defeated Moose. Masha Slamovich defeated Jordan Grace to finally dethrone her as Knockouts Champion. Nick Nemeth defeated Joe Hendry to retain the TNA World Championship. And the Hardys defeated The System and ABC in Full Metal Mayhem for the Tag Team Championships. How the fuck do you not put the championship on Joe Hendry? Come on. Anyway, here's the Rampage report.
This is Rampage, baby. It's a show that y'all been waiting on. Adrenaline pumping your chest. This is Rampage, yeah.
You know what time it is. It's time to jump in to the Rampage
report. So the United Kingdom back in its full form defeat the team of Shane Taylor's promotion and the Gates of Agony as Taven hits Latalia Leone with a frog splash. After the match backstage, the Undisputed Kingdom tried to recruit the Beast Mortas. Come be with the Kingdom, big dog, even though you know speaking no English. But it's okay. Anna Jay was very soundly defeated Layla Gray before sending a message to Mariah May for next week as Deonna and Taya look on backstage. Finally get Deonna Purrazzo back in the goddamn mix. Speaking of the Beast Mortas, he defeats Beef with a spike. I have no idea who Beef is. Sounds like a Jahoob. After the match, Roosh and Dralistico attack Beef. JD Drake, all of a sudden, where the hell that guy's been, tries to make a save, but gets choked out by Roosh because you cannot defeat the Independents. Or the Ingobernables. We don't need translations. And in that main event, Ricochet defeats Nick Wayne with a running elbow strike. I wonder if he's going to pull out the 630 anytime soon. I'm kind of dying to see it. But that's been your Rampage report. Let's drop gears. Let's get on into the cruising lane. Over, down on the collision course. Okay, see, I don't really know how it's going to be smoother on the collision course. That's neither here nor there. Maybe you get the joke, maybe you don't. Jay White defeats Shane Taylor after the match. He goes on to challenge Hangman Adam Page, and that's one of the matches already set for the upcoming pay-per-view Full Gear Backstage. It seems Lio Rush has been competing with MVP for Ricochet's services. I have no idea when the fuck Lio Rush became manager, but hey, why not? He's going to probably retire from that one too really quick. Also backstage, Kyle Fletcher calls out Will Ospreay to face him at Dynamite. We'll get into that. Penelope Ford defeats Robin Renegade in her return match, which is good for Robin. Well, no, good for Penelope. After the match, Jamie Hayter, which is this ongoing feud, comes out, or is on the Tron, and they're looking to their head of their match on Dynamite. The Outrunners defeated the MXM Collection. I fucking hate that name. Absolutely hate it. Backstage, Nigel McGuinness interviewed Wheeler Yuta about his betrayal of Bryan Danielson, and Yuta says that it was for the greater good. And then Ricochet goes on to defeat Lio Rush. Backstage, Thunder Rosa is interrupted by Harley Cameron, of all fucking people, as payback for Dynamite challenging her to a match next week. Then we get Anna Jay getting a nice Jahoob match against Viva Van, picking up the dub there. And then FTR defeats LFI. And then LFI, of course, attacks FTR after the match until the Outrunners make the save. And I've been saying this, the Outrunners are not shockingly, but they will sneakily become your new favorite tag team before the end of the year. That's been the collision course. Let's drop gears and we're not actually going in Raw this week. We're skipping it because we're doing the crown jewel. So it is my honor to pass it to the man, the handoff, if you will, the through pass up the middle to none other to your Max Wrestling World Champion and my tag team partner. It's your favorite of mine. It's time for Beers Round of NXT.
Right, what's good, everyone? This is Beer. This is your NXT round for the 29th of October 2024 as we kick off the show with Tatum Paxley defeating Wendy Chu and an absolute banger casket match. The first ever women's casket match in the books, and it was an absolute classic. Tatum picks up the win and get a lot of revenge on Miss Wendy Chu after Wendy kidnapped Tatum a couple of weeks ago. So next up, we have Trick Williams cutting a promo on Bully Ray after the beatdown that Ridge Holland and Ethan Page gave them at the end of the match, at the end of the main event. Bully Ray comes out and Trix asks for him to team with him next week in Philly against Ridge and Ethan. Bully declines as he didn't want to take the spotlight from the younger talent in the locker room. So following that, we have the Heritage Cup match between Charlie Dempsey defending against Lexis King Charlie Dempsey wins by 2 falls to 0. But Lexis did appear to have suffered a knee injury, but we're hoping that it is not serious. We get our first surprise of the night. We get the matches confirmed next week between Lola Vice and Jada Parker in a Hard and Extreme Rules match to be refereed by the one, the only, Dawn Marie. Now, I had a crush on Dawn back in 2004, but anyway, won't go there. And we had Ava backstage and talking and saying that she was disappointed that the match is not happening between Bully and Trick against Ridge and Ethan to have an appearance by RVD. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I actually put out a tweet saying that we would like Rob Van Dam against Javon Evans. RVD liked my tweet, by the way. Agent B, you know. Anyway, so next up we have the in-ring debut of Zarya, as she absolutely destroys Brinley, was hitting over the passenger at F5 for the 1-2-3. Fatal Influence, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade all come to the ring to be aided by the Avengers. We have Kalani Jordan, Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, and then we have the shock of the night. Now, there was rumors that Lita was going to be backstage for this specific segment. That was not the case. We had Jordan Grace. Now, the crowd went nuts when Jordan Grace's theme played. So next week, we have a 10-woman tag team match. Now, I'm looking at this and thinking there's some news I do want to bring. There was actually a segment backstage with all the 5 of the Avengers all talking to each other and say who they're going to destroy next week. We had an appearance from the one, the only, Mommy herself. She come down. She's quite fond with Zarya. And then afterwards, during an interview that we saw, there was 2 referees running to the car park. And then we see Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And Rhea Ripley was battered in the car park. Now, we don't know whether this is an angle or we don't know whether it was the story. But Rhea Ripley suffered apparently an orbital injury. Now, we don't know whether this is a serious injury. We don't know whether it's like an angle. We don't know. But if it's a serious injury, then I hope nothing but the best for Rhea Ripley. And hopefully she'll be back as soon as possible. Take that damn belt off Liv Morgan. Anyway, speaking of Kalani Jordan, she goes one-on-one with Nikita Lyons. Kalani picks up the win, but that's sexual split-legged moonsault. Then Adriana Rizzo gets a little bit of revenge on Nikita Lyons after the match. Bit of payback after Adriana was taken out by Nikita Lyons. Ollie, Ethan Page, and Ridge Holland come out and provoke Bully Ray and Trick Williams after the disrespectful way that Ridge Holland was speaking to Bully Ray. Now, he's known as Bubba Ray Dudley in WWE, but I don't care. He's Bully Ray to me. Bully Ray then comes out. Trick Williams also then comes out after Ridge and Ethan were attacking Bubba Ray. And then the match is confirmed for next week. Now, make it a damn table match now, rat bastards. We also get big news appearing that ECW legend Francine will also be appearing next week. There was also a segment with Tony D'Angelo, and he was on the phone, and it sounded like it was like an Italian sort of voice. Now, for me, no-brainer, it's the FBI. Nunzio and the FBI will also be on NXT next week, and man, this show is going to be crazy. Anyway, main event of the night saw an absolute bomb-burner tag team match with Nathan Frazer and Axiom defeated Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander. Absolutely incredible match. Frazer hits the sexual Phoenix Splash for the 1-2-3. Wesley and Javon Evans were seen fighting backstage. Ava tries to separate them both, and RVD then calmed both dudes down and said, I know what I'm going to do next week at Philly. So, are we going to get a triple threat match? Please. Or are we going to get Wes and Javon, and RVD as a special referee? And I don't want too many special referees, but we have got a banger show lined up next week. It's going up against AEW as well, so obviously I'm going to cover on NXT. Obviously, the big dog is obviously going to cover AEW. And speaking of big dog, you know what I want to know what time it is. What time do we have? It's time. You know the freaking time. It's time to go to Last Night of Dynamite with the man, the myth, the icon, the legend, Mr. El Jefe. Partner, floor is yours. Woo!
All right, another beautiful intro from a man Beer. So let's get into Last Night on Dynamite. I feel like I'm watching WCW, but we'll get into it as we're going through this whole thing. So Orange Cassidy opens up the show, cutting off a promo from the Moxley murder crew, if you will, to a serious demeanor. He's actually talking. I don't do this. This is not what I do. I don't come out here and say I'm going to be the hero, but he challenges Jon Moxley for the World Championship at Full Gear. Mercedes Moné arrives with Camille, assured Lexi that Camille would then defeat Chris Statlander. Going to that. Adam Cole defeats Buddy Matthews in a very, very good opener. I did not expect this to be as good as it was. I actually didn't even expect him to win. He shakes his hand before Malachi Black replaces him, which brings a lot of questions. Does it look like he's going to go through all of the House of Black to get through MJF? That might have to be the thing. The bald Kyle Fletcher, what looks like to be brand new fucking stickered on tattoos on his sleeve, by the way, comes out to call out Will Ospreay. And all of a sudden, we get the return of the other half of the Aussie Open, Mark Davis. And, of course, he calls him out and says, this isn't you. And, of course, you can't call out Will Ospreay. You know that he's at home recovering for what you did from him. So, of course, we have that whole fun thing. It looks like Mark Davis is back, and obviously is going to be within the hair triggers, if you will, the eyesight of Kyle Fletcher. Backstage, Renee is interviewing Hangman Adam Page, and he sends a message to Jay White. And this Hangman is scary. This Hangman is scary. So I'm really
sober too.
Yeah, that's the craziest part. That's probably why he's so angry. In the ring,
Get that man a drink.
Crew. Seriously, please, for the love of God. Jon Moxley responds to Orange Cassidy pretty much saying, he says, I challenged you when I beat up your best friend and all this other stuff. So this has all been a plot of his ploy. He is literally then prepared to sacrifice Wheeler Yuta with a chair to bring out Orange Cassidy. That's exactly how he comes down. Stops the whole thing. Goes right after John. Literally gets picked up by Claudio as if he is a bag of garbage and is just heaved around. It's absolutely bananas. A brawl breaks out. Darby Allin comes down looking like Sting. Again, getting all the WCW vibes in the world. He falls through a table that wasn't meant to break. I could not help but laugh so hard. And then Claudio's like, you know what? Go back in the hole. And he threw him back in there again. And I loved it. This is why I love pro wrestling. Private Party. This is like, I thought they came out to make it, to kind of help make the save. And apparently that was their intro for the upcoming fucking tag team title match, because the Bucks come down and you think they're going to help the brawl. Nah, they're ready to wrestle. So, okay, well, let's go. So Private Party finally does it. They defeat the Young Bucks with Gin and Juice, finally winning the tag team championships. They were even handed the titles by the Bucks and given a pat on the shoulder. It was a very good match. I actually think this was the best one they've had.
Oh yeah.
The slight, blading, not as good as some other guys do, but hey, it added to the drama. The fact that Okada came out, hit a tombstone all the way to the back. I fucking love Okada, dude. He can do no wrong. I swear to God, he can do no wrong. But massive congratulations to Private Party. The Young Bucks. I mean, I'll probably get into I will get into it. So, Penelope Ford backstage. And this beef with Jamie Hayter, they're face-to-face, ready for their match next week. I can't wait for this fucking thing. I don't know why it just feels... They have made it feel so goddamn important. And I still don't know what it's about.
It feels more important than Jamie and Saraya did, because that was just fucking wasted. Rushed and wasted.
Right, I was going to say, you forgot the rushed part. So, speaking of some fun stuff, Danny Garcia confronts Jack Perry backstage before Perry enters the Elite locker room and ripping up some documents. God only knows what was going down. Chris Statlander and Camille go at it. Chris Statlander wins with a tombstone, but then is attacked by Mercedes after the match. Mercedes, after beating up Homegirl, then shoos Camille away and says, if you want something done right, do it yourself. I really feel like you should have, said that line before you beat Chris up. But hey, what do I know? It just makes sense. So, We get the classic Mark Briscoe promos because Renee's backstage interviewing him after losing the Ring of Honor title, and he says that today's word is inspiration or honor, something like that. I forgot what it was, but they did fight with no honor. Everybody's all excited. Kyle O'Reilly's into it. Ishii's like, yeah. So they're gonna teach the Learning Tree how to fight without honor. It's gonna be great. The Young Bucks abruptly leave. They grab their bags. They're fucking out of here. Christopher Daniels confronts them. Brandon Cutler is left behind, literally getting completely jumped by the Moxley Murder Crew. They smash his hand with a hammer, and the guy acts like he's been shot. It was glorious. In the main event, Swerve Strickland defeats Shelton Benjamin with the stout powerbomb, followed up by the Swerve Stomp, and immediately after the match, MVP picks up his phone, makes a phone call, and in comes Bobby Lashley, abso-fucking-lutely clearing house. It's like the fucking NWO on one side and the Nexus on another side. AEW is the land for you to invade.
Yeah.
Who's going to be next?
Land of factions.
I like it.
Very nice pop for Bobby Lashley.
Massive pop for Bobby. Dude, not expecting that pop for Bobby Lashley. Not expecting.
Considering everybody kind of knew he was coming too.
He
It was almost like a holy
chant.
shit. Wait, you knew he was coming, but yeah, it's cool.
But fuck, again, of all people, Bobby Lashley getting a holy shit chant.
Yeah. At what age is he? 44? 5?
40, what was it, 45, I think?
And he still hasn't aged in like 20 years.
And shit, apparently he got offered a contract by Dana White to go fight in the UFC.
Ooh.
They don't do that, though. That's a good move. Just stay in AEW.
Yeah. Hate to use the old word, but a little bit old now.
A little bit. So Halloween is almost over, and we want to thank you for joining us on this very, very special episode. But our next Max event is coming your way in just 4 weeks. Do not miss Promo Series 9, Shoot to Kill, on November 28th, featuring a world title match that picks up right where the two left off last year. Mike Larkin challenges my man Fear, and it goes down at Promo Series.
Let's go. And we're only halfway through the Golden Gauntlet, over halfway, I should say. And the last man standing in 3 weeks will go on to Promo Series to challenge Cypher for the Max Television Championship. Travis is currently holding the baton. Who will he face next week?
Keeping close eyes on it. And in a Promo Series tradition, it dates back 8 years. The Knowledge Championship will be on the line, and you got to say it with me, the winner stays on Gauntlet. The Phoenix defends, beginning it against yours truly. He will then follow it up with going up against a multiple-time Knowledge champion in his own right, Kenny Killa. And then, of course, it wouldn't be some fun without a little mystery opponent at the end.
And it's triple duty for Moses, because not only is he co-hosting and competing in the Gauntlet, but he's looking for revenge against the man that debuted and knocked him out of the Golden Gauntlet, Blade Rodriguez, this time under luck of the draw rules.
See if you can hang with the big dogs. After 2 years, 4 broken factions in the scene. Right out of The Walking Dead, it's time to finally settle the score as the Captain and the Walker go one-on-one under television rules.
Let's do it. Finally. Let's finish this shit. And it comes your way November 28th. Once again, we will also predict Survivor Series War Games. Go to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com/promo series for more information. And you can listen to the theme song right now, Behind Enemy Lines, from my debut album, Monster, available on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. Anywhere you can get your music, go check out Captain's Revenge.
Do it right now.
And just before we get to the main event, we have 2 lists that we always check twice. One of them is nice, one is not so nice. It is time for the Bellend board.
Hey.
A Bellend, you're a Bellend, mate. Look, Bellend 1, Bellend 2, big veiny Bellend over here.
All right, so let's finally get some points on the board. So first, I got a little grudge I have right now, just a little one I got to get off my chest. For DirecTV.
Oh.
DirecTV, I don't understand why you're cutting off like 15 minutes of my goddamn AEW. I understand it's an overrun, but why aren't you fucking doing the whole episode? There's no fucking option for it. This is ridiculous. So I for my own sanity, I'm giving DirecTV 25 points for ruining me. I have to go to YouTube to watch the overrun, so thank AEW for putting their entire overrun on YouTube. I gotta give Hulk Hogan 15 points for the inability to rip a shirt that he's been doing his whole fucking life. This guy goes to Madison Square Garden to fucking speak on Trump's behalf or whatever the fuck. Guy can't even rip a shirt. It was pathetic. It was pathetic.
Oh,
besides
Hulk
that,
is now on 100 points.
Of course he is. Besides that, I don't want to keep adding to Trump just yet. I do. You know what? And, hey, right? You're telling me. I do want to do another one on my half, and this is simply because I'm heartbroken and they let me down. I want to give 50 points to the New York Yankees for quite literally giving the LA Dodgers the fucking World Series off of 4 fucking errors. It's not the Yankee way. So I'm just on a grudge life. And then, whoever the fuck is writing TNA. You son of a bitch. How dare you do that to Joe Hendry? How dare you? There's people around the world that are that pissed off, that are still pissed off that Joe Hendry lost. I'm one of them.
I'm baffled by that. The only explanation is he's not sticking around very long.
Yeah. He's got to be signed. He's got to be going. That's the only reason he didn't fucking win. And even then, that's still not a good enough reason.
No, you still could have given him a little run.
So for that, whoever does this, they get 50 because we're giving up all the points this week.
Yeah, and real quick, I'm going to throw one in too. 20 points to the Kane verse because they're just breeding like fucking rabbits right now. We had blue Kane for years on the indies.
Yeah.
Now we got a fucking gay Kane, cocaine. I think there's a yellow one. I don't remember what the fuck that one's name is.
The gay one I thought was cool.
Yeah, it was funny.
Like, all right, whatever. And then
they all started fucking doing it. There's a Kane everywhere.
And yep, now it's like 45 of them. Ridiculous.
It's like the Deadpool scene, but worse. There's just Kanes everywhere.
And not the ones you walk with.
It was funny the first couple of times. Now it's just getting out of hand. It's ridiculous at this point. And surely there's got to be some kind of copyright infringement going on.
Oh, like a son of a bitch. I'm sure Joanne Jacobs is racking the bread.
WWE is currently just licking their chops right now. So for the Kane verse, I'm going to give 20 points.
Beautiful.
Because
it.
I feel like I sign into Facebook every day and I see a new version of Kane.
Stop it.
All right. If that's it for the Bellend board, let's go to the other side and put some points on the Bruv board. Bruv.
Brother.
I'm gonna go with hasn't really been a standout week. But I Bobby Lashley, he gets points. For his AEW debut, very well received.
Oh yeah.
Let's go 20 points for Lashley. Bobby Lashley. Can't wait for him to have a reunion with his sister.
Hey.
AKA Max Caster.
Sis, you cut your hair. What's that mustache?
I'm giving 10 points to Deonna Purrazzo for getting on TV.
Fucking A.
Well, it was Rampage, but
trust me, I pop just as loud. It's like it's about time.
Right, I mean, she had that endless feud with Thunder Rosa, but that was just saddled on Rampage and Collision. Now she's in some kind of random tag team with Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah, it's weird.
So
but hey, whatever gets him on TV.
Yeah, it hasn't really been a standout week. I think
I'll give 25 points to Mick Foley.
Okay, yeah.
Telling the truth.
The whole truth.
Nothing but it, because that's Mick Foley.
Well, I mean, just for shits and giggles, then I'm going to give another 10 points to Stone Cold for being on the right side.
That's right.
Did we give him points last week?
I think we did.
Oh, apparently we didn't. Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, you got 30 points, so another 10. There you go.
Hey. Gotta love it.
Actually, I'm also going to give 10 points to Orange Cassidy for somebody who doesn't really speak. That was a great promo.
Yeah. Very from the heart.
And very serious, which we're not really used to from Orange Cassidy, but he absolutely delivered. So 10 points to Orange Cassidy as well.
And he still doesn't need a catchphrase.
No. And finally, before we close up at the board, just as a fuck you to TNA, 50 points to Joe Hendry.
Hey, all right, Joe Hendry.
Who should be our world champion right now. Just imagine how many more people would be talking about Bound for Glory if Joe Hendry had won, because I ain't seen nobody talking about it.
Nope. Imagine how many people was just words in their mouth to be TNA, not just Bound for Glory, but TNA.
Yeah,
you fucked yourself. You pulled a Yankee move. That's what you did. You pulled a Yankee move.
It's their biggest pay-per-view of the year, and it's not a topic of conversation for anybody because you didn't put the title on Joe Hendry.
Yeah, it's cool. The Hardys won, sweet, but
Yeah.
We saw that one come.
Yeah, especially when that was the main event.
Hey, that was dumb.
Wait,
That was dumb.
I haven't even put up the results of the predictions title for Bound for Glory. I'm not pissed.
Hey, as you
So
should. As
I
we
still
all
don't know
should
who
be.
won, but I'll take a look later. So thank you for joining us. I hope we rocked you harder than still John Layfield's clothesline from hell. He's still got some
Yeah.
power behind that punch.
The thing's ridiculous.
So before we close this up, let's find out what Host Mo and the TSK have for you Pencil Neck Geeks this Halloween with a roundup of Click Talk.
Hey. All right, so a whole lot of stuff happening. So I can officially state that next week is a lovely TSK takeover. You will get the TSK boys right here covering the Max. And on top of that, I'm hoping to squeeze in between, well, I guess this weekend and next Thursday is a lovely review of this lovely Saudi show. The boys, I'm sure, are going to want to try to review it. It is on the weekend. It is early because it's in Saudi Arabia, so I don't see why we can't get one in and get it out for y'all viewing pleasure. So there's going to be a whole lot of that. There is an official date, an official return for the Max Football Pod, and it's going to be coming back around Christmas time. It's our Christmas, my Christmas gift back to you guys. The coverage will begin hot and heavy around Christmas for a few reasons. One, it allows me to cover heavy into a very specific area. I won't get into it, kind of leave it a mystery. And then another, because, hey, well, it's fucking around the time of our international breaks and such. So, and of course, the transfer window, hot topics, whole lot of that fun stuff happening, and a whole lot, again, coming from us. And the only way to figure out how and when and how hot it's coming is to follow us on all the fun socials. On the Evil X and Twitter if you're nasty. Max Wrestling in the UK, Captain 512, SMR Podnet, Max Football Pod. Do not forget to check out the beautifully done website, maxwrestlingnetweb.weebly.com. Hit the subscribe button, follow button right here on the YouTubes. And then, of course, check out Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for all the fun other stuff.
Yeah, and that is almost it for us this week. We're going to hit you with the main event right now, but head over to Cypher the Prophet's TikTok right after the show for the official Max Wrestling post show after Max, and join us next week for all the fallout to Halloween and a break from predictions. Peace.
Thank God.
Now, Mark Henry, say the line.
It's time for the main event.
Demonists, summon the shape to rise, to conquer, to destroy. He's coming. He's coming.
upside down, and then he gets a hacksaw. Oh shit!
You expecting company?
No, not today.
Oh shit! It's the Demoness!
Corey. Corey. Snap out of it, bro. Demoness, I remember what you and Ted did to him at Promo Mania, man. Don't think for a second. Don't think for a second these powers are gonna work on me. You can't put fear into the Walking Dead. Alright, Demoness. Where are you? Reveal yourself. You want to play all these mind games with Cypher, my tag team partner. You want to mess up his mind? Try it on me. Try it on the Walker. Where are you? Cypher. Come on. Snap out of it. Come on.
Cypher. Goodbye. Did you forget, Walker? I can resurrect the undead. So it's a waste of time
He's coming. He who? just hit him 6 times in the head. Cypher, come on, pick up. Oh, what the fuck? Is this the end?
It's just the beginning.
I demand Cypher to be released from wherever the hell he was sent.
I will return Cypher to you, Travis, once you hand us the tag team titles. Or have we forgotten?
Cypher.
Is that the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
I didn't want to become the Shape again. Every time I become the Shape, I lose a little more of myself. And this time, not only did I lose a little more of myself, but I made a deal with the devil. I sold my soul to Satan himself so that I and the Demoness could find a way to unite and become your new tag team champions. But don't forget, you made me do this. You. And you know who I'm talking to. You and I have just begun. I did this for myself. I did this for the Demoness, but most of all, I did this to hurt you. And now it's too late to stop the chain of events that will lead to your downfall. Like I said, I made a deal with the devil. And as we all know, the greatest trick he ever pulled was convincing everybody that he didn't exist. Happy Halloween, bitch.